So if you're inclined to like these songs I'm singing, do me a favor while I'm playing. Tip my tip jar, man. Yeah, tip my tip jar, man.
That is the talented Joey McGee with one of my favorite songs of his, Tip My Tip Jar. And Joey is a favorite at area venues and is a show at Veritas tomorrow night. Of course, he was kind enough to join us this afternoon, and my son can attest to me playing that song over and over again. And anytime I've said Joey before, and he will say McGee.
Oh, awesome.
So we really like your music. It's fantastic. You've had a busy, I mean, you stay busy because I like to follow you on Twitter, and you play lots of great area venues.
I've been staying out of trouble, yes. So,
that's fantastic.
yeah, I'll be Veritas, like you said, tomorrow night, and a couple of shows coming up more in February. January, I tend to kind of get into more of planning, and so I have shows coming up like Benjamin Knox and more of the Village Cafe. Something Steep Hollow, the Forge Works, you know, they're having an open house. I'll be playing there, and private parties here and there.
Yeah, well, what I loved that video, I'm sorry to interrupt, that Grand Stafford Theater,
Yeah.
they did that video clip, and I enjoyed watching it and listening to it because you grew up in New Orleans, right?
New Orleans, yes.
And what I thought was fantastic was that you mentioned, you know, people love going there, and they love, and it made it sound almost like it's like Vegas. It's a great place to visit and go have fun, but once you're there, but you also grew up with some of that music influence, and so it seems like all of that influences your music in a positive way, and,
Sure.
and growing up with music in the home, which seems to be just a great way to grow up with all kinds of genres.
Yeah, it's very cool. So, you know, I had to sort of squeeze what's your genre, and folk rock groove, because there's so much like I describe my music like gumbo, you know, like the New Orleans soup,
Yeah.
where you throw all kinds of good stuff in there and you get this unique thing. And so just growing up, you know, I had a lot of jazz, like blues influence. When I started playing guitar, I was actually really into heavy metal.
Nice.
And I wanted to shred, you know, but my fingers just weren't that fast. And so the thing that was accessible was folk music. And so, you know, Bob Dylan and Peter, Paul and Mary, you know. So that's where the folk element, you know, really plays into my music. And
Very
still,
cool. Well,
yeah, carry that through these days. You know.
And you've got your electric guitar with you today.
I
So
do.
I'm excited to hear that. So you definitely don't want to miss Joey McGee coming up after the